Next up, we got a dude who's going to talk all about why it's important to get those addresses, and this is what's in a name.eth. This is the power of ETH domains. Kris 010.eth. Bring it up. Give him a lot of applause.
Okay, here we go. Excellent. Cool. All right, hi. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I'm Kris, or 010.eth. And yeah, I'm here to talk about ENS, specifically subdomains, because that's coming, and it's going to be a great chance to kind of integrate with existing PFPs, or even possibly just create entire NFT collections or communities based around an ENS root. So yeah, my first question was, of course, who's got an ENS? But we've just seen most of you. I'm glad to see that. So I've got another question. Who is in any kind of ENS community, like digits, 3 digits, or emojis, anything like that? Hands up. Okay, not so many, but a lot of you have ENS, so that's cool. So then probably you already know the main thing. The kind of meteoric rise this summer, I'd say it was mainly down to username. It's just people have really gotten onto the idea of, okay, I want to properly own my username across platforms, especially when social media eventually will have sign in with Ethereum. This is a way to show that you really own it. This is the true blue tick, the check mark. As well as usernames, of course, its primary purpose is as a wallet address. And it can be a web URL. As an example, stick in vitalik.eth.limo into any browser, and you'll get to his site. Okay, so yes, crypto will engulf e-commerce. Maybe that sounds kind of obvious. So as an example, Shopee, I don't know if it exists, but let's imagine Amazon or Shopify, someone like that. Eventually, they're going to be accepting crypto, like no doubt, it's going to happen. And with millions of transactions a day, it'd be kind of really difficult on the front end for users and a bit of a pain in the ass on the back end if every transaction is 0x and 40-character wallet address. So, you know, eventually they will be assigning each wallet a name with subdomains to different departments, whether it's paying, refunds, and I'm sure it will look more like this rather than just a ton of, 40-character addresses. Okay, so the subdomain wrapper, what this is basically at the moment, if I've got a root domain like 010.eth, I can issue a subdomain like Kris.010, but as the root owner, I can essentially sort of like rug the subdomain. I control the subdomain, so I can issue the subdomain to a different wallet, but I kind of own it. So with the subdomain wrapper, basically you can make a subdomain an NFT in its own right, an ERC 1155. And then as the owner, you can kind of set a bunch of different permissions or burn the fuses so that you could hand over the subdomain to a user for life, for as long as that root domain is in existence. Which has a lot of potential for communities because, well, first of all, with existing PFP projects, you may have seen some have already integrated. Do you recognize any of these letters? PCC? DCL. There's a couple doing lines in the loos of PCC at the moment. But yeah, so basically we've got Penelope's Country Club, Decentraland, and Top Dog Beach Club. And you might have seen this on Twitter because people are actually using their subdomain, like whatever it is, mr.pcc.eth, as their Twitter username. So in terms of sort of like branding or advertising or just kind of getting your NFT collection out there, that's another angle that really helps to sort of like boost awareness. So what they've done is they've actually created their own like custom subdomain wrapper, but the main one from ENS is coming soon. So a moment of silence, not for the Queen, but for a meme. A man with a beard is just a man without a beard with a beard. All right. If you remember one thing, remember this. Because basically what I'm saying is you could have a PFP collection, hear me out, with no PFP, but with a PFP if you want it. Again, that's ENS. You can assign an avatar to it if you want. It's not crucial, but you can. So yeah, maybe some visionary people out there, cogs turning, are thinking, you're telling me I don't need to hire an artist to create 10,000 fucking furry ferrets. I can literally just get a cool root domain of .eth and create an entire community around that. Which leads me to this idea that if you did get something like alpha.eth, if you bought that root domain, and I'm sure it probably cost you 6 figures to get that right now, but if you did, the idea is you could give your community, each member, basically a subdomain like this, which isn't just the kind of like ticket into the community. It is, you can have, gate-kept discords and stuff, but it's not just like an end-of-the-line JPEG that's kind of going to go out of fashion. It's the beginning of something that you could build a Web3 business on. So, as an example, hub.alpha. Can anyone imagine a business built around hub? Everyone's got a niche on the hub. What's your niche? No, you don't have to say. You don't have to say. But there's something up your street, or down my alley, .hub.alpha. Again, because ENS, it can be a website address. You can have IPFS on it. You can host dApps on it. It's your wallet address, which means it's your payment system. It's your username, so it's your branding. So really, when you think about websites, whatever they may be, maybe something that drove the internet to become what it was in the 90s, yeah, you have that payment system. You have the username and branding, and you have a website. So really, yeah, it's massive. It's bigger than .com, basically. It's huge. So basically, I just wanted to, yeah, kind of give you an idea that even if you've got an existing PFP project and you're wondering what's the next stage, you can definitely integrate ENS. You can create a whole community around it. I'm part of the 999, which is literally just 3 digits. So clean, so clean. And that was literally just a bunch of people decided to mint some digits, and then it kind of like started a bit of a movement. It kind of, the digits sort of like started this whole like ENS summer. And we've got Discord. We have like I do networking Zoom calls. So there's quite an active community there, and there's a lot of communities that come together around, for example, emojis and letters and words. So it's already happening. But yeah, I think it's going to continue. So definitely look into ENS. ENS.vision is a really helpful site. You can bulk register a bunch and save gas. And they'll also have a front end for the subdomain wrapper. So if you aren't a dev, but you kind of want someone, a middleman doing it for you, check out ENS Vision. And boom, there we are. Link me. Take a picture. Scan the QR code if you like. This is an example, actually, 010.eth.xyz. You scan that QR code, it takes you to an automatically generated website, which basically just takes the information I've put on my ENS, like my Twitter, my email, this avatar, and yeah, and it kind of just makes a website, and it shows you some of my NFTs too. But you can do much more. You can, host your own website. Check out these people then. So 448.eth has written a bunch of articles. And if you go to his Twitter, you'll actually find way more details on the subdomain wrapper and stuff like that. Nick, the holy Kiwi, Nick, our founder of ENS, he's always worth following. And me, the dude talking to you, 010.eth. So follow me on Twitter. These are my Twitters. And this little character, this dude, this kind of like reptilian Leonard Cohen, is an NFT project I'm working on called Starseeds. And it's not out yet, but I definitely intend to integrate ENS there. And I'm building a team, so hey, come and talk to me. If you've got any questions, or DM me. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. Thanks a lot for listening. Cheers.